Hey everyone, what's up? It's Coach Burnett back here for another quick video. This one should hopefully be pretty short for you guys. I did a poll on my Instagram a few days ago and I asked what would the next video you guys would like to see is on my Instagram audience because I have no YouTube audience, so this is just kind of my, once again, my outlet for longer form videos. So they said a garage gym tour. I've not been able to do that on Instagram because I don't have nearly enough time and just a minute video to show everything that's in my garage. There's not a whole lot in here, but I will be showing you guys what is in my garage gym and what I use to train and kind of explaining maybe how I get around some of the machines that I don't have. So keep in mind, I do spend 2 days a week in the garage gym and then usually 3 days a week. It might only be 2 more days a week at the actual physical gym, the gym that I go to in town. I might spend 3 days in the garage gym, but it's usually 2 days a week in the garage gym, 3 days a week in the actual gym. But I luckily have enough machines. I've been able to find some marketplace deals and I'll tell you guys how I've done some of that. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'll show you guys some of this equipment that I have here. So first thing that I got, I guess really the first thing that I got is it just now got cold where I live. So I have 2 heaters in here. I don't usually leave them running the entire time. I'll usually crank them on about 20-30 minutes before I start working out, or 10 to 15 minutes before I start working out. Kills the electric bill, but it is cold in here and the bars are cold. The dumbbells over there are cold. So I like me some heat. I have a fan whenever it is the summertime. It is very humid where I live, and so I like to have a fan going so that way during the summertime I get a little bit of coolness. During the winter time I get a little bit of heat going, and then I may end up turning off both of them, but I usually leave at least one running the entire time. Preferably this one. This one's a lot better than that older one. My neighbor actually left that one and I just kind of took it because they left it out whenever she moved. So son's basketball goal, obviously that's not used for training most of the time, only when we're shooting hoops. I have a dumbbell rack over here. We start with just a 10-pound. I was able to find a lot of these the iron ones on Marketplace for a pretty good deal. I want to say I only paid $150 for all of them. It may be less than that. I really don't remember. That's a rough estimate. That might be way too high or way too low. I actually don't remember now that I've said it. I bought all these other ones at Walmart, and I've got them going up to 45 is the heaviest that I go, which is also why I spend some of my time in the actual physical gym or a commercial gym, because I don't have nearly enough or heavy enough dumbbells. I saw a good Black Friday deal and I ordered some Olympic dumbbells that I'll be able to add some weights to. And so I'm excited to show you guys that because I can actually do some dumbbell bench at home. I've not been able to do that. I prefer dumbbell bench over barbell bench, but that's just me personally. At the end of the day, do what you like. I've slowly but surely been just kind of adding some stickers on here that obviously, just like a car, you know, add some gains as much as adding stickers to a car, add some horsepower there. So I have me a little wireless soundbar. Did not work with the TV that we used to have. I threw it out here. That's how I listen to my music out here. Obviously, got to have the anime posters. Just like the stickers, they add just a little bit of the gains, you know, a little bit more oomph to your workout. And then now we have the kind of the real stuff. I almost forgot the bar, the easy bar that I have, just a little one. One of my wife's, my wife's mom's friend, I believe. I forget exactly. He had this, he didn't use it, let me have it for free. You got to pick up those free deals whenever you can get them. So this is the very first gym equipment that I actually ever had is my Titan Fitness bench. I got this it may have been 3 now, 2 or so years ago. It was relatively cheap. It was and I bought it brand new. I bought this new. I bought this as the Titan 2, the T2 rack series. It's the tall one. Because I am tall, I actually use almost the last one whenever I do squats. I use about the last J-hook, the one that you can go into, or the peg that you can go to up there. That is, so I got the tall series rack just because it is what I needed. I was debating if I was going to get this one or the normal one. I'm really glad I actually got this one. So if you're a taller guy, definitely go for a taller rack if you can get it. I have just enough clearance here in my garage to get it. I can do pull-ups. Obviously my feet are touching the ground when I'm doing pull-ups. So, you know, I've got to make sure that I'm dangling to get a good full range of motion on my pull-ups, but that is no problem at all to be able to do that. I'm not sure what other people may say, I've liked this rack. I'm not a very strong individual, don't need a ton of weight for me to get the gains that I'm looking for. It's held up nicely. I do I believe it's AD press. I just call it shoulder press, but where I use this as a stoppers for doing my shoulder presses. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, exactly how I do it. I use that, though this has been very well. It's nice and it's pretty stable. I do have two two 45-pound plates, the cap plates. That's where I rest those unless I'm using them. I haven't done deadlifts at home in a while, so those have sat there. They've collected a good amount of dust, but they also do help keep it a little bit more stable for me. I do have a small little mirror. My wife is moving stuff around, so I do have a small little mirror right there. That's what I use to check on the gains, check on the pump. We have this boxing bag. I do not use this. I used it occasionally, but I'm personally not a fighter, so I've not used that thing too much to be able to say if it's good or not, in all honesty. But it's nice to have, I guess, if I ever want the option to use it. I have some training gloves that also do not get used because I don't do any of the I really don't do any fighting, so I don't even train for it. It is good cardio though, I would say, if that's something that you are looking to do. So some good, if you're gonna do cardio, I would just find a form that you enjoy to do the most and just stick with it, because that's what I enjoy. Walking, I walk a lot at work anyways, and so I tend to not do any type of cardio outside of just walking at work. I take anywhere from 15 to 20,000 steps a day already, so I really don't see a need to do any more cardio. On top of that, I have a few different types of weights over here. I have, you know, a 25 here. There's a 10-pound there. I have two of each of those, two 15s, two of the 45s, and two 35s that are hiding there under the 45s. I have an exercise ball. I do some crunches on those from time to time if I'm working out at home. It has gotten a lot colder, so I actually need to inflate that some more, so that way it doesn't go any lower on me. I have this Marcy bench. This is a very terrible bench. I would not recommend using it. It is very sketchy every time I use it. That is the only thing that holds it there, but my dad gave this to me for free. He found it in his garage, and so he gave that to me completely for free, so I'm not gonna argue. Like I said, I'm not very strong, so not a lot of weight gets used on that, and so I'm pretty comfortable using it. But definitely, if I actually do one day get strong, I will need to get a different incline bench, because that thing is piss poor weak. It is not very strong at all. And then this is a new addition that I got here recently. I really like this. Only $100 on Facebook Marketplace. So it's got a lat pull down on it, a low row on it, which is very nice, a cable row. It says it's weighted, or it's able to take up to 500 pounds. I don't know if I believe that, because this is not very thick metal or anything, but to me, this is 100 pounds on this is a lot heavier than 100 pounds at the gym. And so I'm not sure, I don't know anything about pulleys. I don't know how any of that works, but it is a lot heavier. So luckily, I don't think I will ever have to get anywhere near the 500 pounds. If I'm doing stuff on this, it is definitely not necessarily strength work that I'm doing on this. It's all more of it's more all of the hypertrophy work. So usually no lower than 8 reps. Maybe it'll be 6, but it's all of my lighter work, if you will, that I'm usually doing on that. Whether it's a lat pull down, I can do tricep push downs on this. That's something I also enjoy doing up there. And I like to do low rows. I've been doing these rows right here. I actually have these from a band, a piece of equipment that I'm about to show you guys in a minute, but I have this from a band that I bought on Amazon. So I like to use that for my rows, that way I can get a good full stretch over, and then I can pull back a lot deeper than I could if I was using a bar, because I can pull my arms a lot further behind me. So this is another piece of equipment that I've really liked. I've enjoyed, especially only $100. I had to drive about an hour and a half to get it. It was a nice day with the family, so we went and got that. You can't beat that for $100 and not having to order it, wait for shipping. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, jumped on it, and got a good deal. And if you guys see anything like that, I say jump all over it. I've been eyeing either a calf raise machine or a back extension. If I can maybe get one of those here soon, maybe during the holidays, somebody will realize that they don't want a home gym, and I can actually maybe catch that. And then we got the last little bits of attachments and little things that I use over here. So we have a few bands. Don't have a cable machine here other than the one that was behind me that I just showed you guys. So we have a few bands here, 10 all the way to, I want to say the heaviest is 50. You can add them up. Tension with the bands kind of sucks, because at the very most stretch position is where there is the least amount of resistance with the band, but you've got to make it work. If you got to make it work, I like to do leg curls, laying leg curls with these. That's really all that I do at home now, because I will do machine leg curls seated leg curls at the gym. I have a weighted vest that I bought here, is $80. Unfortunately, I didn't buy it new, so it is tearing right there. Kind of sucks, but we can still make it work doing some weighted push-ups. It has a few of these in it. It adds up to about 40 pounds. There's 2.5 pound little bags in there that add up to it. Tricep push downs for these, for that machine that I had just shown you guys. Again, there is in case I ever feel like doing hip thrust, I hate hip thrust, but I got this for me and the wife in case we ever want to do hip thrust, anything of that nature. Don't use a pad on your squats. You're not a man. Kidding. Do whatever you want. There's another attachment right here for the machine that we got. This is for the row down there, but I don't like to use this thing too much. This is also kind of flimsy, just like that pull down bar is, but I really don't like to use this too much. If I was going to use anything, I don't have a V-bar, but I would be using a V-bar if I had it. Unfortunately, I don't have one, so I got another band in here. Got my belt. Have not used my belt in a while. Just haven't found a need for it here recently. And we have the foam roller. I don't use it a ton, but if my upper back is feeling stiff or my lats, it does feel nice to roll out on there. That is definitely not a necessity, but if something feels nice, there's nothing wrong with doing it as long as you're doing all of your other rest and recovery correctly. And then we have a very good option right here, little 5-pound weights. I need to get 2.5, so that way I can add just 5 pounds a week. But if I'm going up in weight, usually what I'll do is I'll slap that on. Adding 10 pounds to your bench if you've maxed out your rep range, or adding 10 pounds to your squat is relatively easy. So that's why I got these, so that way I had an option to do that. I have a small little 10-pound kettlebell that's kind of just more for, I don't want to say mobility work, I don't know. It is, I guess, what I would call mobility work, just kind of movement to move. Really, I'm not the best on mobility work, so I'm not the best to speak on that. We have a little grip trainer right here, an arm flexor or your forearm flexor trainer right there. There's just some more caps for an Olympic barbell. Don't use those at all training at home. Not planning on dying in here, so I never have any types of wraps or caps on the end of my barbell, so that way I can dump the weight if needed. Haven't done it, but also you always want to use the safeties if you have them available, because sometimes even if you're getting spotted, you don't know who's spotting you if you're going into the public gym. So you want to make sure to have those safeties on just in case you need to bail, drop the weight, and you don't want it to fall on your head. So that's just a really quick garage gym tour for you guys. Oh yeah, I forgot about the pole here. This is obviously for the other cardio that I do. Definitely a good ab workout. Just kidding, I don't use that at all, but it is a good option. I guess I can't speak from experience, but it looks like it would be a very challenging workout. So, give that a shot if you want to, isolate your abs or get in some upper body and some ab work as well. But this is just a very quick tour. I don't have a ton of stuff in here, but really, if you're looking to get a very good workout and you don't need a ton of equipment at the end of the day, what you need are some weights, a decent workout program, so that way you can put in a good effort and track your progress, and you know what you're going to hit when you're going to go into the gym. And I would really say that's it. You want to have the motivation to get in the gym, the consistency in the gym, but you don't need a ton of stuff. I worked out just in this garage without the lat pull down in the row and some of these dumbbells. I worked out in this garage for about 2 years with really only a barbell, and I saw some of the best gains that I saw. It was right after my son was born, so I didn't want to take the time to go to the gym. I wanted to be able to come out here, work out, go in, and those are some of the best gains that I made in those 2 years, just because you had to get creative, but the only thing I had to do was come in here and work out. I'd have to drive to the gym, put in the extra effort of driving, which is not a ton of effort, but that makes it 10 times easier. You can go straight from working out to eating food. So you don't need a ton of equipment. So just keep in mind, whenever you do go to the gym, if you have all that equipment, use it to your advantage, but you don't need I didn't hack squat for a few years. I didn't leg press for a few years. I only did squats, Bulgarians, very basic exercises, but that still netted me a very good amount of progress. I used that 2 years to really dive in on my form and see what I could really improve on, since I couldn't do all those other machines and all the other variations that I could do if I had Smith machines and everything of that nature. So let me know what you guys think of my garage gym. Obviously, I'm still going to try to add some more pieces of equipment here and there where I can. If I can find it on Marketplace, preferably, maybe some new stuff. But I like to try and find stuff on Marketplace because you can find new deals. Let me know if you guys have purchased any garage gym equipment, what you've purchased, what type of deals you've been able to find. I'll be bringing you guys some more videos as well. I'm trying to find programs to review, either from my subscribers or from people that follow me on Instagram, that I follow on Instagram. If you have a program and you're kind of looking for some insight on it, send it my way. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Burnett Basics. And I would like to give it a look over, kind of give my insights on it, what I may be able to add, or if it's already a good program, tell you, nope, it's good, and send it off and go. And always keep in mind, it's just my opinion. I could be wrong. If you're training for a different goal than me, which is mine is just maximizing muscle, I don't care too much for strength. You have to add in your strength work, but I don't care for it too much. then, you know, if you're already set for your goal, then don't listen to me at all, just go for your goal. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, my short little rants here and there, and hopefully I'll be bringing you guys either a program review next. If I don't get anybody's program to review, I'll review a program that I made about 2 or so years ago whenever I was first getting in the garage gym and having to get very creative with all my exercises. And I was only able to do barbell and body weight stuff and a handful of dumbbell exercises. What I'll do is I'll review that program to just kind of say maybe what I would add to it now, or knowing the things I know now about 2 or 3 years later, what I would add to that. So if you guys are interested for that, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you guys like though. If you guys like any of the equipment, want any more insights of what I do in the garage gym here, follow me on Instagram. That's where I post more often, more frequently. Coaching is also offered. You can do everything yourself, but it never hurts to get a coach just to hear a different perspective and have somebody else looking in on your training. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think and take it easy.